Are you going through a difficult season right now? Are you trying to figure out how to keep homeschooling even when it feels like life is really uncertain? It is possible. And if that's the case for you, then today I want to share 3 tips that will help you be able to homeschool even when life is hard. The first thing that you want to think about is what kinds of things you can get rid of during this season. It's okay for your homeschool to look different in difficult seasons than it does in seasons where you feel like you have everything under control. And it's important to look for some things that you can cut out to make things a little bit easier for you. Maybe there are some subjects where you feel like you're a little bit ahead of the game. Either you're ahead in your curriculum resources for the year, or maybe it's just a subject that your child is naturally more gifted in than others. If that's the case, you might consider letting those subjects go for a season if you can. This can be a great way to be able to focus on the subjects where your child really needs to spend time. And it can be a good way to give you a little bit of a break in making your homeschool day a little bit shorter. It also can be really helpful to consider a loop schedule. In a loop schedule, you list out all of the subjects that you're planning on teaching in order, and then you just work through the schedule as much as you have time for during the day. Then when you're done with homeschooling for the day, you stop. And then the next day, you start at the point on the list where you stopped. And then when you get done with the whole list, you loop back to the beginning. Loop schedules work really well for seasons of uncertainty because they allow you to spend time doing every subject. And they also are very flexible so that if you're not sure what you're going to be able to accomplish in a day, or if your schedule is a little bit uncertain, they can be helpful with planning. I'll put a link in the comments to a loop schedule template that you can download that will help you get started with using a loop schedule in your homeschool. Another thing that can be really helpful if you're going through an uncertain season is to plan to use technology a little bit more in your homeschool. Often in my house, my kids don't get very much screen time, but during seasons of uncertainty, I always look for ways that we can include some screen time as a part of our homeschool. So for one or more subjects, we might either choose an online curriculum that has online lessons, or we might just go and look for an app or a YouTube video that we can do that will help us to be able to learn the topic that we were going to study. So if you're in a difficult season, it's important just to give yourself permission to think creatively and to look outside the box for other options that will allow you to be able to continue your kids' lessons without needing so much direct focused attention from you. And then the last encouragement is to really make homeschooling fun during difficult seasons. Often these seasons bring so much stress to you and to the family as a whole. And so it's really important during these seasons that you look for ways just to be able to have fun with your child. This is a great way to prevent homeschool burnout. And it's also just a great way to be able to take care of yourself and your family at such a difficult time. So how can you just really make homeschool fun and enjoy spending that time with your kids? Are there certain subjects that you love to do together that you can focus on? Can you just curl up with your child on the couch in a big stack of books and spend time reading together? Or maybe you would enjoy a short field trip to a museum or a nature walk around the block. Any of these kinds of activities that your child really enjoys and that you really enjoy are a great thing to include in this season. Just really focusing on spending time with your child and just enjoying that time more so even than learning anything in particular. So hopefully this was helpful. Every homeschool has difficult seasons, and it's important just to remember that it's only a season, that in time, life will become more certain again, and you'll be able to get back to more of the things that you wanted to do. So for now, it's important to just give yourself some grace and to be okay with your homeschool looking like this for a season. It won't last forever, and it's important to just give yourself grace during this time.